What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. The BS continues with this Tyre Nichols case. We've been covering it. You know, I went down there, covered the story extensively, been in the courtroom with the family, both in the federal and the state trial. And the BS keeps piling up. Now, we just seen, last time I was down there a month and a half, that the three officers that were in trial, Justin Smith, Tadarius Bean, and Demetrius Haley, all were found innocent after they played that video, Tyre Nichols getting beat almost 100 times. And they had a jury from out of town, and they were all found innocent on all charges, which is mind-boggling to me. I still can't get past that. But what's crazier than that is, this week they were supposed to have the sentencing for the 5 officers, each one having their own day in federal court, that wrapped up in August when we was down there. And they were supposed to get sentenced this week. And the judge last Friday, which I didn't report on this, recused himself from the case, meaning he took himself off the case. Right before sentencing, you take yourself off a case. Then on top of that, check this out. This is what's going on today, right now. Desmond Mills and Emmett Martin III, the one, you know, that punched Tyre and kicked him and really gave him the business, they signed deals already about, took deals in the feds and in the state about the murder of Tyre Nichols and everything else. Now, all of a sudden, they're pushing their sentencing date back, claiming from the state, oh, we're going to wait for the feds, and the feds act like they can't even sentence no damn body. Make me wonder, if these wasn't cops and they was regular folk there that got sentenced by any judge in there, why can't these dudes right here? It's an absolute shame. You know what I'm saying? I still ain't got over the fact that they did that guy like that, because that could have been any of us. But anyway, here's the latest news, and we're going to come back and talk about it a little bit.
And another big story we're closely following, there has been a delay in the state sentencing of 2 former Memphis police officers who entered guilty pleas in the beating death of Tyre Nichols. The holdup by a Shelby County judge is due to recent developments on the federal side. WRAG's Jarita Patterson with what happened today in court and what's still to come.
After former Memphis police officers Desmond Mills Jr. and Emmett Martin III entered guilty pleas in the beating death of Tyre Nichols, and Tuesday we learned their possible punishment on the state side is being postponed. When it comes to the state sentencing, the 2, Shelby County Judge James Jones Jr. is waiting to see what happens first in federal court.
Obviously, there's been some developments over on the federal side.
This after U.S. District Judge Mark Norris recused himself from the case late Friday afternoon. As far as the reasons behind his recusal, that is under seal right now. I can tell you that Judge Norris is acting in accordance with the law, that this is unusual, but certainly unexpected, as what eventually happens on the federal side could determine what happens at the state level. Mr. Mills, my client, his state case, the way we're going to resolve that has to do with how much time he gets in his federal case.
Keep the court informed as far as where we stand with the scheduling conference on the federal side. For now, the state sentencing has been stalled for both Mills and Martin.
This will all get figured out. Unfortunately, this is a roadblock we're going to have to all deal with, but with a little bit of patience, this ultimately will all be resolved.
You heard defense attorney Ballin saying it would be figured out. When that happens is still unknown. However, we could learn much more in the next few weeks, as both the defense teams from Martin as well as Mills have been ordered back to state court July 31st. Of course, we'll be there as well, keeping you updated. Reporting for your news leader inside the CJC, Jarita Patterson, WREG News Channel 3.
That's absolutely crazy to me. It's like the family can't even get no damn closure. You know what I'm saying? I keep in contact with the family. I spoke to Rodney Wells the other day, Tyre Nichols' stepdad, recently. Shout out to him and shout out to Ravon Wells' family, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, this is stupid. They can't even get peace. Bad enough they got rattled with the way the trial came out. And then now this state couldn't get it right. The jurors couldn't get it right. They get found guilty in the feds for conspiracy to, cover up the whole crime, and you can't sentence them on that. Now the state like, we ain't doing nothing until they do something, so we got to wait for them, but they bullshitting as well. Makes no damn sense. I sat in the courtroom with these folks, seen the pain on their face when both trials first started. It's crazy. They can't even get a break from this stuff. And after that last display in the courtroom of them getting off, even though that's all on the jury, direct smack in the face. That right there is enough to just drain the shit out of you. Just like, man, let's just get this shit over. I don't even want to see these motherfuckers. I don't want to deal with these. I know what they going through. It's fucked up. Absolutely fucked up. Makes no sense. You can't convict regular people. Like, I mean, damn, how hard is it? We got the video. The eye in the sky don't lie. Why y'all got cameras up there if that shit don't work for the benefit of the people it's supposed to protect? And that's the big issue I got with this shit. It's always these little guidelines and this and that and avenues to go up and down that cause confusion from something that is simple as black and white. They beat his ass. He died. He died from the result of said beating. Now I'm going to tell you another thing too before I get out of here. Mills and Martin signed deals. Testified against them. Right? Now, we know those three that was in that murder trial going to get way less time than the other ones because they signed on for the murder. They took a deal for the murder and everything else. Can you imagine how sick they was when that trial, they was found not guilty? And if they had kept their mouth shut and not took a deal, they would have wound up getting off too. You know that got to be a sinking feeling. And I think that's the big thing with why this whole thing is up in the air. Because now they don't know how to prosecute them even though they took a deal. They don't know what to give them time-wise because they was found not guilty and he was in the videos and stuff, Martin and Mills, and they would have been found not guilty because they was all charged as a group. That's the reality. So now it's like, okay, we fucked up giving them the deal. And it's like, we don't know what to do. Do we smoke them? And these people can't get smoked because they got just a conspiracy. And, you know, when they're in the court, and when they're in the federal court, the one that faces the most time is Demetrius Haley. Smith and Bean, Justice Smith and Tadarius Bean, they tried them the same, as they were the same person. Both of the lawyers got together. Oh, they would mention one when they wound up succeeding and getting them off on the same charges or convicted with the same charges. They'll face less time than Haley. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. But I do know, man, this crazy. Somebody died here, and this is the type of shit they doing. Now, understand, being a judge and stuff is a job just like everybody else. Everything else. And I mean, you do things and have to get off. But I mean, what was the case? Now they supposed to be turning the case over to a woman, a female judge. Now, these two, Mills Jr. and Martin III, they ain't going back to July 31st. So it's like, man, they keep pushing this stuff up. They going to prison. How hard is it to give motherfuckers their time? That was me or you. We'd have been right up the goddamn river. Tied to the same log that we was attached to when we committed the crime. But that's just neither here nor there, man. I mean, I hope the family does get some type of closure. Hopefully I'll be able to go down there and make the sentencing. Man, this is just awful, man. For real. I mean, this go to show you, man, court is not for victims' families or anything. They just doing something to say they did it. Because, I mean, ain't no way you sitting in there hour after hour after hour going through all of this stuff about how your child was tortured, whether it's in this case or any other case, only to have them come back and say, oh, well, it's not out of our hands. These people that don't know you are the ones that said that they didn't do it or they're guilty or innocent, so we're sorry. What the fuck? How does that help these people? How does that help the victim? It doesn't. Bullshit. I'd reboot all that stuff. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Still screaming it. Justice for Tyre Nichols and his family, man. See you in the next video. Take care.